loafer, rogue, or rascal, is a genre of prose fiction. It depicts the adventures of a roguish, but appealing hero, usually of low social class, who lives by his wits in a corrupt society. Picaresque novels typically adopt a realistic style. There are often some elements of comedy and satire. While the term picaresque novel was only coined in 1810, the picaresque novel originated in Spain during the Spanish Golden Age in 1554. Early contributors included Mateo Alemán and Francisco de Quevedo and flourished throughout Europe for more than 200 years. It continues to influence modern literature. According to the traditional view of Thrall and Hibbard, first published in 1936, 7 qualities distinguish the picaresque novel or narrative form, all or some of which an author may employ for effect. A picaresque narrative is usually written in first person as an autobiographical account. The main character is often of low character or social class. They get by with wits and rarely deign to hold a job. There is little or no plot. The story is told in a series of loosely connected adventures or episodes. There is little if any character development in the main character. Once a picaro, always a picaro. Their circumstances may change, but these rarely result in a change of heart. The picaro's story is told with a plainness of language or realism. Satire is sometimes a prominent element. The behavior of a picaresque protagonist stops just short of criminality. Carefree or immoral rascality positions the picaresque hero as a sympathetic outsider, untouched by the false rules of society. In the English-speaking world, the term picaresque is often used loosely to refer to novels that contain some elements of this genre, e.g. an episodic recounting of adventures on the road. The term is also sometimes used to describe works which only contain some of the genre's elements, such as Cervantes' Don Quixote, or Charles Dickens' Pickwick Papers. Henry Fielding proved his mastery of the form in Joseph Andrews' 1742, The Life and Death of Jonathan Wild, the Great, 1743, and The History of Tom Jones, a Foundling, 1749, though Fielding attributed his style to an imitation of the manner of Cervantes, author of Don Quixote. William Makepeace Thackeray is the master of the 19th-century English picaresque. Like Moll Flanders, Thackeray's best-known work, Vanity Fair, a novel without a hero, 1847-1848, a title ironically derived from John Bunyan's Puritan allegory of redemption. The Pilgrim's Progress, 1678, follows the career of fortune-hunting adventuress Becky Sharp. His earlier novel The Luck of Barry Lyndon, 1844, recounts the rise and fall of an Irish arrivist conniving his way into the 18th-century English aristocracy. Aleko Konstantinov wrote the 1895 novel Bay Ganyo about the eponymous Bulgarian rogue. The character conducts business of uneven honesty around Europe before returning home to get into politics and newspaper publishing. Bay Ganyo is a well-known stereotype in Bulgaria. In the English-speaking world, the term picaresque has referred more to a literary technique or model than to the precise genre that the Spanish call picaresco. The English-language term can simply refer to an episodic recounting of the adventures of an anti-hero on the road. Lawrence Sterne's The Life and Opinions of Tristram Shandy, Gentleman, 1761-1767, and A Sentimental Journey Through France and Italy, 1768, each have strong picaresque elements. Voltaire's French novel Candide, 1759, contains elements of the picaresque. An interesting variation on the tradition of the picaresque is The Adventures of Haji Baba of Isfahan, 1824, a satirical view on early 19th century Persia, written by a British diplomat, James Morier. Elements of the picaresque novel are found in Charles Dickens' The Pickwick Papers, 1836-37. Gogol occasionally used the technique, as in Dead Souls, 1842-52. Mark Twain's Adventures of Huckleberry Finn, 1884, also has some elements of the picaresque novel.